When it comes to shopping for contact lenses, it can be overwhelming with the amount of variety that you can find these days. For the last year, I've been trying out all the different types of daily contact lenses that were available to me, and I wanted to make a video that summarizes that information for you. So without further ado, let's begin. Before we continue, this video is not sponsored by anyone. These lens manufacturers have no input in what I say in this video. These are purely my opinions. Today we'll primarily focus on daily disposable lenses, and I'll be making a separate video on reusable lenses later down the track, so you know what to click. For a part-time contact lens wearer like myself, daily disposables work great. You can put some in your work bag, your travel bag, your gym bag, so on and so forth. I'm going to be grading these lenses by the ease of handling, comfort, price, and what I personally think about them. Currently, there are 4 major companies that dominate the contact lens market. Alphabetically, they are Alcon, Bausch and Lomb, Coopervision, and Johnson & Johnson. Let's start by taking a look at the range from Alcon first. They have with them the DAILIES AquaComfort Plus, the DAILIES Total One, and the Precision ones. The AquaComfort Plus is made up of a material called hydrogel. The other 2 are made up of a material called silicone hydrogel. I've personally tried the AquaComfort Pluses, and they are good for what they are. They were first released in 2009, so it's almost 12 years now, and Alcon have taken a if it's not broken, don't fix it approach. It comes at a water content of 69%, a DK value of 26, and is available in both spherical and toric prescriptions. The handling of the lens was quite easy, nothing to really talk about here. The comfort was really good initially, but after about 3 to 4 hours, it started to feel a little bit dry, where I had to sort of blink more and more frequently and had to resort to eye drops. And that created a little bit of discomfort. The price is relatively higher compared to other hydrogels in the market, but if you still compare to silicone hydrogel, it comes out to be much cheaper. My general thoughts are that if you are not too bothered by the comfort and you just want a cheap lens to use, then this lens is going to be an okay option. My gripe with hydrogel lenses is that it's more likely to cause limbal redness. So if you want a healthier alternative, then I would probably still stick with silicone hydrogel, especially if you have oxygen thirsty eyes. Speaking of silicone hydrogel lenses, next we have the DAILIES Total One and the Precision ones. The Precision ones were launched in 2019 here in Australia, so it's a relatively new lens for us. And they're marketed as the little brother to the Total ones. It comes at a water content of 51% going out to 80%, a DK value of 90, but it only comes in spherical prescriptions. Likewise, the DAILIES Total ones have something similar. 33% in the middle, going out to 80%, a DK value of a whopping 140, but like the Precision ones, they only come in spherical prescriptions. Both lenses share what Alcon called the water gradient technology, which is supposed to mimic the tear films and make it feel much more comfortable. And from my experience, most people do really well in them. The ease of handling could be a little bit difficult for beginners as it's quite soft and you might find it folding onto itself. In terms of comfort, I can't really give you an honest opinion because, as I've mentioned earlier, they only come in spherical prescriptions. I need a toric prescription. If you don't know what they are, then I've made a video on it, so feel free to watch that in your own time. The price points of these 2 lenses are relatively high compared to every silicone hydrogel because they are quote-unquote high-end lenses. So if you're working on a budget, then these might not be the best for you long term. Next, we have the representative from Bausch and Lomb, the BioTrue ONEdays and the Soflens daily disposables. The BioTrues come at a water content of 78%, a DK value of 42, and is available in both spherical and toric prescriptions. Good job. Soflens, on the other hand, was released in 2008, and they're relatively hard to get nowadays, especially with the BioTrues taking much of the praise. The BioTrue ONEdays are marketed as hydrogels that deliver more oxygen than regular hydrogels. which is true. They provide about twice as much oxygen than other hydrogels in the market, according to their DK values. But when stacked up against silicone hydrogels, they still get stomped. The ease of handling is awesome. I had no trouble putting them in and taking them out. Comfort is surprisingly very good. I was very skeptical because they are hydrogel lenses, plus they are at a very low price point. So I just assumed they were going to be quite bad. But it was the complete opposite. I was able to put them in at about 8 AM and keep them in for about 10 hours until I had to take them out because I was done with my day. Very, very impressive. If you're working on a budget, then these lenses are the way to go. And the fact that they both come in spherical and toric prescriptions are a big win for me. Bausch and Lomb call this material the hypergel technology. Although when I googled it, all I could find were shoes. My only complaint here is that when I took the lenses out, I found my eyes to be a little bit more red than what I usually get with silicone hydrogel lenses. So for me personally, I'm sticking with silicone hydrogel. Next, we have the lineup from Coopervision. Their hydrogel representative is the Proclear ONEdays, and they've been around since 2007. And they are a great option for people who just want an affordable lens. It comes at a water content of 60%, a DK value of 27, and is available in both spherical and toric prescriptions. They are made up of the same material as MySight lenses that only recently got FDA approved, and I'll be making a separate video on this topic because it's a very important one, so stick around for that. But for those who are looking for a more healthier lens experience, I would stick with Coopervision's silicone hydrogel lineup, which include the newly revised Clariti ONEdays and the ever popular MyDays. The Claritis come at a water content of 56%, a DK value of 60, and is available in both spherical and toric prescriptions. With the MyDays, they come at a water content of 54%, a DK value of 80, and also they come in spherical and toric prescriptions. The Claritis are the little brother to the MyDays, and I've been pleased with both. My favorite is the MyDays because it is just downright more comfortable, albeit they do come at a higher price point. The ease of handling for both lenses were awesome. I found the Claritis to be a little bit more rigid, making it harder to balance on my finger while putting the lens in. And the MyDays take the slight edge in terms of comfort. I was able to put them in for about 6 to 7 hours before feeling dry and resorting to eye drops. The price of the Claritis are very good considering they are silicone hydrogels, but at a price point of regular hydrogels. So for people who are looking for the best bang for their buck, I would go for the Clariti ONEdays. The MyDays, however, are a little bit more expensive as they're competing with higher quality lenses like the DAILIES Total ones and the Acuvue Oasys ONEdays. They are both incredible value and the comfort level is good enough for me to easily recommend to anyone. And last but not least, we have the lineup from Johnson & Johnson. They have with them the ONEday Acuvue Moist, the ONEday Acuvue Trueye, and the ONEday Acuvue Oasys with Hydrolux. The Acuvue Moist come at a water content of 58%, a DK value of 21, and is available in both spherical and toric prescriptions. The Acuvue Trueye has a water content of 46%, a DK value of 100, and is only available in spherical prescriptions. And lastly, the ONEday Acuvue Oasys with Hydrolux. It comes at a water content of 38%, a DK value of 103, and is available in both spherical and toric prescriptions. The Moist is a hydrogel lens, whereas the Trueye and Oasys are silicone hydrogel. The Moist and Oasys both come in toric prescriptions, whereas the Trueye only come in spherical. The ease of handling for the Acuvue Moist was not great for me personally, considering they're hydrogel lenses. They were quite floppy, and even when they were on my eyes, occasionally they would fold on itself. Also, the comfort was not great either. I wanted to take them out after a few hours, and when they got dry and I rubbed my eyes, they would occasionally fall out. I don't know, it could just be me. The price is a little bit on the high end thanks to its Acuvue name badge, but in terms of availability, these lenses are everywhere, and I mean everywhere. So if you're somebody who travels a lot and needs to get contacts on the go, these might be a great option for you. Next up, we have the ONEday Acuvue Oasys with Hydrolux. And I'm just going to say it outright. I think these lenses are the best for people with astigmatism. I even made a separate review on this lens, so if you want to check that out, then feel free to do that. If you've already seen that review, then you'll know how much I love these lenses. I think they are the most comfortable lenses that I've ever tried, and they cater towards astigmats like myself. They have the biggest prescription range on daily disposable lenses that I've ever seen, and my user experience with them has been great. A big downside though is that they are relatively pricey. So if you're gonna be wearing them every single day, then do expect the prices to stack up. I would highly recommend the ONEday Acuvue Oasys with Hydrolux for casual wearers that just want a really good lens and are not too bothered by the price. The Acuvue Trueye, on the other hand, sits in an awkward situation where they are premium lenses with a premium price point, but they're way too similar to the Acuvue Oasys in my opinion. And because it doesn't correct astigmatism, it becomes really difficult in recommending this to people. So unless you absolutely need this lens, then I would just go for the Oasys instead. And that's been my quick 2021 contact lens buying guide. If I've missed out any lenses, then please let me know in the comment section below. Or if you wanted me to cover any one of the lenses that I talked about in more detail in a separate video, then also let me know. And remember, every person reacts to contact lenses differently. So my personal experience may not be the same as your experience. So the best thing to do is to see your optometrist and ask them if you can try these lenses yourself. But if you learned something new or at least found something useful, then yay, thumbs up to you. If you want to thumbs up back, then they'll be greatly appreciated. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.